Angry guy here. And Asian women are calling modern women streetwalkers and evening delights. Asian women are calling modern women streetwalkers and evening delights. Let's just go ahead and jump into the video, and then we'll go give more context.
I don't know. I've never had sex.
Either have I.
You guys aren't virgins.
Yeah, we are.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Why haven't you done it yet?
We're very religious.
We're saving ourselves.
For marriage?
Yep.
Yes.
Now be honest with me. When you come out to the clubs in Miami especially, and you dress how you dress, do you think...
Dress how I dress?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I'm saying exactly how you are right now.
Which means implying what? Just
When you have your belly out and you're wearing tight clothing
My belly out with
and you're
tight
showing
clothing.
cleavage. Yeah.
With cleavage. Okay.
Do you think that when a man looks at you, he's thinking, this is somebody who I want to make my wife one day? Or is this just a girl who I could probably have fun with?
I never
Here's
put
my
on an
answer.
outfit and think about what men
I
think.
have never gone to the club to meet a man. I go to dance with my friends. I don't want to find my husband at the club.
Asian women have taken notice. I've talked about her on this channel a few times now. Mayumi, she's a Japanese pediatrician living in the United States now. She grew up in Japan. She is married to a black U.S. vet. She's 33. He is 43. They like anime and manga. She met at 23. She met him at 23 when he was 33. So they've been together for quite some time. And she's constantly commenting about the promiscuity and the poor decisions that Western women have made, and the fact that they didn't want these men, so now the Asian women are taking them. Well, I want to talk about this comment that she made, because I found this to be just epic. So she said in this comment, walking around show that you're lying. I mean, come on. I go out with my friends. We aren't looking to be chased. We're all married. We go to the cafes to sit down around and talk, or in our town, El Pinto, a wonderful New Mexico cuisine restaurant with Latino decor. We don't even drink. We all in the medical field. So we're all in the medical field, and we know the dangers of drinking. When we were in the bedroom, that if I threw on a cami costume and then asked Tweety, what if I go out like this? His response was, okay, baby, but I'm going with you in full NIG 3A body armor and riot gear with a firearm with beanbag rounds, because I'm going to go full Godzilla mode on any sim. I honestly don't think my husband was joking. That's why I don't go out dressed like a streetwalker. It puts my safety at risk. Is that women who did not stay out on the streets and continue to take care of themselves. They got themselves a man while they were still young. They didn't stay out on the streets. They tend to still look young well into their 30s, as long as they take care of themselves. As long as they take, because there are some women who get married and then they let themselves completely go. But there are a lot of women who take care of themselves. They stay off the streets. They take care of themselves. And at 40 years old, they look amazing. They still look 30. And it's like, what the heck is going on? And you know what's going on? That bad living, like when you're spending all your time on the streets, and you're doing that for a couple of decades, even a decade, even half a decade, it starts to wear down upon the body. And you begin to age rapidly. And a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. So many of these young women, they're 25 and they look a good 40. Not only do they look a good 40, but they look a hard 40. Like, they like life has been a hard, like they've really lived life hard. But I find it hilarious. I know one of another pun that Mayumi used was, I think, leftover spoiled milk lady, something like that. I have to look. I'm sorry if I ruined that one, but it's just so hilarious. Something that the Filipinas are very good at is our English puns. They absolutely love their English puns, which is crazy. They are. Have you ever watched a Filipina P? That's what she does all day long. Is just English puns. But it's so funny. It's so funny seeing these comments, from Asian ladies saying, streetwalkers and evening delights, like evening delight. Oh my gosh, guys! Like, so these are some like evening delight. That is such a classy insult. Such a classy insult. My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. And then you know what's messed up? These are the same women that will go, they can't speak English, because it is so hilarious. Let's watch the video, because look at how these women respond. Look how these women respond when an Asian woman who is educated, who is affluent, who is financially stable and financially well off, responds to them and says that we're not going to tolerate what you're saying regarding the passport bros. Look how furious they get.
Lots of this passport bros video going around where American women are getting kind of upset that.
When are we gonna escape this mentality? She said that these bros are not marrying foreign women because they speak little English or because they have a lack of education, but because they're more nourishing and more caring. You're describing a maid, a free lift and one for the rest of your life at that. And at the end of the video, she's like, oh, this is mutually beneficial, and if it doesn't work out for you, just leave. Leave where? With who? With what money? In a foreign country where you speak little English and have little education? Oh, it's not as easy as you're saying. They want to marry a woman that can't speak the predominant language because they're easier to control. It's not as easy as you're saying. So stop misinforming people. Stop defending these lowlives who are preying on our sisters.
Guys, do you see what's happening? The sisterhood is coming after them, all right? Like, these women are speaking perfect English and just sticking by it. They're just repeating the same lies over and over and over. Just like they claim that there was an income gap between men and women, and this is something that has been reviewed many times. It's been found that in many cases, younger women actually out-earn men of the same age. The only difference that occurs is that when women get older, they tend to prioritize looking for a relationship and starting a family, versus men who continue focusing on their jobs and their careers, and as a result, the earning prospects of women often decreases as a result of that. But when it comes down to men versus women, women have been out-earning men since not even the 90s, actually. Thomas Sowell talked about this back in, I think it was the 1970s. Guys, the 1970s, all right? And said that women were out-earning men back then. And we have research that shows that going back to at least the 90s, so it's been roughly about 30 years now. Women have at least 30 years with solid evidence. Women have been out earning men for at least 30 years right now in the workforce. But they've been spreading the same myth. People will ultimately believe it. All right. And that's how you keep a lie going. It doesn't matter if it's a lie. And this woman, she literally is continuing to go on and say, you have very little education. You guys have very little education, and you cannot speak English. So how could they understand what these passport bros are? You guys, girl, you need to wake up and realize that these men are low lives. She literally called the passport bros low lives. Low lives, guys. They are furious. They're furious at their plan B, that their servants are leaving, because that's what they view men as. They view men in Western society as their servants. The guys that they said that they didn't want, that they looked at, guys. This is the face of narcissism, of narcissist, of having a narcissistic personality, all right? And, denial, deflection, blaming, shaming women. They cannot compete with these Asian women who are raised to be wives and mothers. They're taught to avoid, promiscuous behavior and to carry themselves in a respectable way. And now it's hilarious. It's hilarious seeing this. Asian women are calling modern women streetwalkers and evening delights. And I don't feel for them. I don't feel for them at all. I really, truly believe they brought this on themselves. What do you guys think about these puns that these Asian ladies are using, especially Mayumi? What do you think about that? I want to know your thoughts in the comments. So let's talk about them there Shout out to you, my Yumi. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men walking away. And cheers.